illegal. It'll go back to the 60s when they had, unfortunately, when they had clothes hangers and they had to get a bus ticket, a Greyhound bus ticket across the border down in Mexico and all that kind of stuff.
So like they do now to go get fake boobies and fake titties.
Well, they're cheaper. You can do it in LA, but it's much cheaper. Yes. It's
It's basically something like that.
yes, 10 times cheaper across there. Now I don't know about the quality of it, but if you want to do anything with buttocks or boob job,
Or just
no, a good point.
Yeah.
LA is the place to go. California is the place to go, which is by the way just happened to be LAG's home turf. But we're headed for some difficult days, folks. We're headed for some difficult days, and we here at Urban Solution cannot stress enough for you guys to get out there and vote. Let your voices be heard. It's crucial.
But that's just like they voting right now to put stuff in the schools where they gonna teach your kids. Well, I think it's second, third grade, the sex education. The little
Yes. Yeah, I find that a bit offensive. I don't.
How you gonna sit there and want to teach my kids? Take my rights away from me
As a
to
parent.
teach my kids
Yeah.
what years I want them to know, how I want them to know about certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna just drop the bomb. Mom, we'll talk about this in class.
But that's not a. Is it official?
They getting ready to vote on that now. That's in the part in the voting too right now.
Okay. Now this is nationally or in the Washington State? Washington State.
Yeah, Washington.
Elementary kids sex education classes.
Yeah, elementary.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man, elementary.
Let me one right quick. Let me ask our producer. Do you have any information on that, man? Our producers, no. Well, that's even scarier. So
they've been going across the news talking about it. People smiling, the predators is happy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
So I ain't gonna talk to the 4-year-old, 8-year-old about sex. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well at this time we're gonna let LAG jump in and give us his thought on this. What's going on around, not just in Texas. There's also some shiesty stuff going on down in South Carolina, where Senator Lindsey Graham is from, where they're doing everything they can to establish voter suppression in a sneaky way, but they're doing it with precision timing. They doing it in the African Americans and Latino Americans communities. They make it twice as difficult to vote. There was a time you just show your ID, your driver's license, and you can vote. Now they want 2 forms of ID and a social security card, and they're just making it difficult to vote. And they're also removing some of the voter boxes out of North Carolina, South Carolina also. So LAG, can we get you to kind of elaborate on what's going on with this voting thing, please?
I don't know about what's going on in Carolina, but voting it's important. I think that we all need to vote and to show our support of what we want. A lot of people want changes, but
Right.
It can't be no changes if you don't go out and vote. So I would suggest for everybody to get out and vote, but also it is hard from where we at here in Washington. We just had a vote a couple of months back, a year ago, about the car tabs.
Right.
And we voted for $30 car tabs.
Supreme Court
And the
denied.
Supreme Court denied it and switched them back. So things like that makes it hard for people to want to go out and vote and support, and we need everybody to vote. So if your vote don't count, what is it good for? And I think that is wrong that if the people vote for something and you win that vote, it should be upheld. It shouldn't be that no matter what you do and they take back. And I think that that's what's give people the knowledge that they don't want to vote, to make them don't want to vote.
It's discouraging, you mean?
Discouraging you
Okay.
from don't vote, because I think that that's all the way wrong. And they should be able to uphold the vote no matter who likes it or not. We don't like what our president is doing, but he's still got the election. He's still in office. So, if we vote, it should be upheld.
They said something about the way that they didn't like something in the writing of the bill. It didn't sound right, so that's why they.
Are you talking about the tabs?
Yeah, about the tab stuff. They said something in there that the way it was written or it wasn't written right, so that's why they declined it.
So the federal government who opposed it after it was settled here in the
Yeah.
state.
Yeah,
Okay.
They
went to the
sent
Supreme
this
Court.
to the Supreme Court.
And they denied it, said something the way it was written, they didn't like the way it was written, so that's the reason why they did it.
Well, you know, that's like we don't like the way our president looked and the way he talked, but he's still
Right.
president.
Off top.
True.
So
That's-
you know that shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be a backlash after you vote for something and you win a vote and you
and the
know
vote is not respected.
it's not respected, and
And
that
that's the part you're saying right there is where people be like, well,
It's
what's
more
the-
discouraged.
Why should I go vote if I vote? And the majority says yes, and then you still say no.
No, what he's saying is true, folks.
Yeah.
But we must get out there and vote.
Yeah, but
We must not be discouraged. We must not get frustrated, and we must not be denied.
That's what they're trying to get you to do.
Oh, yes. Oh,
To
yes.
get you discouraged and frustrated. You know what I'm saying?
And to say so
Keep putting you through hoops.
Right, right.
To make you go away.
well, I personally don't think we can survive another 4 years of this administration. I really don't. No, don't give up. I mean, you know what I mean? It's
Man, no, I don't think so.
who knows what he's going to
man.
say and do the next 4 years. And if he loses, we don't even know if he's going to give us a peaceful transition. We don't know if he's going to leave.
Man, he's gonna he like we done talked about that last week. He can go out like a screaming little baby.
Hey.
And then I'm saying they're going to try to get him up out of there, man.
yeah probably start doing the same thing they doing to us now, saying that the vote didn't count. You know, go
Right.
back to the Supreme Court or Congress and say that he got voted out wrong.
I agree.
And then he'd be like, well, them other boxes that they took out might have been all my votes in them.
Yeah, some kind of
some kind of lame ass excuse he always has.
Well, not just that. The Attorney General, Bill Barr's going to bag him up. Whichever nonsense he come out of this guy's mouth, the top cop, the Attorney General, William Barr, is going to bag up this man, no matter what he says.
Yeah, they friends, they partners.
Yes.
That's my side.
Unbelievable. So you got the moral of the story, guys. Get out there and vote. Get out
Please
there
go
and vote.
vote.
You know, and tell your friends, your family, associates.
While
to
you
vote.
vote for us too.
You know, yes. Good. Well, thank you. I'm gonna let. With that being said, I'm gonna just turn it over to LAG right quick so he can tell us who we are and who you want you guys to vote for.
Urban Solution for Best Media Outlet, Seattle Sound Music Award. You can still vote, so get your vote in.
Vote more than once, back to back. Use 2 and 3, 4 different emails, because all y'all know you got more than one email.
That's right, folks. Vote, vote.
Vote for us because we put in work. We here for y'all.
Yes, that's correct, folks. We're here for you guys. You know, if you want the real, listen to us, and all that good stuff.
Y'all want something to talk about, man, and chime in and inbox us and let us know.
Yeah. So tonight, guys, what we doing here on Kicking It Around Tables, LAG and Don't Give Up an Eye, we probably are going to be tipping into this bowl again. And you guys who have been with us for a while, you know how we do it. You know, we pull a random question out the bowl. You know, if these guys doesn't have anything else that they want to point out directly, we'll go to the bowl and we'll share it with you folks.
Yeah, before we go to the bowl, that dude, man, that tried to set the police on fire.
Oh, hold it. Oh, good point. Good point. I thought LAG was going to bring that up.
Man, that fool there, man. If they had never said you ain't got no heart, that fool had heart.
Yeah, he threw a piece of wood,
piece of
two by four or something.
Yeah. And sat there and set the damn car. I was at work and I looked and I was like, what the hell is this?
Oh, wait a minute, you saw? Wait.
No, I didn't see it
Oh,
because
it's
I
on the
put it
news.
the
Okay,
news.
okay.
But I got called in, so I had to
Right,
do the
right.
late night shift. So I had to
Right,
wait till I got home till, you know what I'm saying, 11 o'clock to
Oh,
watch
my.
it. And I'm like, this set the damn police on fire.
But who would sit in the car and let somebody come up with a 2x4 on fire and set your car on fire and you just sit there?
I think he caught him from the blind side. I mean, what
They
he
said there was 2 of them in there, I think.
two?
No,
Oh,
just
one officer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the officer was
Yeah,
sitting in the
his
seat.
window
that was going to be my question to you, LAG. How did he get in the car? I mean, how did he get the two
Board, the
before?
board in the car. That's what I was saying. You gonna sit there and let somebody put a
Yes,
Frankenstein wood. You know how they had the torches when they
Yeah,
burned
yeah.
Frankenstein. He got a
Yeah.
piece of wood on
Two
fire
before.
and
That's
put
right.
it in the car and set it on fire. You just sit there. Now the thing is, if it was a black guy, they would have shot him?
He would have been dead.
He'd been dead 2 times or 2 Tuesdays
Yes.
ago.
That goes back to something that our producer said a couple of weeks ago. and I don't like to try to bring race into it, but the track record with the law enforcement around the country, you throw a burning 2x4, you get close to a police officer with a burning 2x4, you probably going to get your cap peeled, as they say.
That was my question. How that fool stay alive?
I know.
How do you throw some wood on somebody and not get lit up with 17 shots?
I know. Now, I understand cops are a little leery, a little jittery when it comes to pulling triggers after so much have happened over the last
You
90
throw some
days.
fire on me and I got a gun.
Yeah.
I'm shooting your ass.
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
for the
Who
sake,
you are.
It
Who you are.
don't matter. You did.
but for the sake of Auburn, producer, was
if
he?
my fingers is on fire and I can still pull this trigger, I'm shooting you.
What was his nationality? The guy
I
who piece
have
of
no
wood.
idea. They ain't said yet. They ain't said yet.
But then, you know, they didn't care. They caught him in a homeless camp.
Yeah, they caught him on down the street.
Down the street. He was able to get away and go back and hide into a homeless camp.
Yeah, they caught him.
Well, that leads me to believe we dealing with some mental issues here, guys. I mean,
Shit.
don't give up.
Yeah,
So you take a piece of 2x4 on fire and you creep up. I don't know how you creep up on a cop like that, but you creep up on a car. I don't know how you get it in his car. I don't know how you get it.
How do you get in this car? Because 9 times out of 10, the police don't be rolling down their windows.
No. And the car's usually locked until I don't know.
That's coming up to a police car.
Yeah, yeah.
That stuff is dangerous.
Yeah.
Coming up to anybody's car. Because somebody just come up to my car, I
Yeah.
don't know them. They
Yeah.
better be.
But you got wood, man. I'm coming at you with a big ass piece of wood.
wood on fire like Frankenstein.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had a
A
walking-
2x4.
He had a
Yeah.
walking tall stick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The
Two-
walking
a
tall
two-
sticks is
A burning 2x4, folks.
Yeah.
And we here at the round table wondering how did he get in the car? How was he able to get so close to touch the car and throw it in? I literally throw it in the front seat because there's a barrier from the back seat. You know, there's a
In
safety
between, yeah,
barrier.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. So we know he had to go in the front seat.
Not just that, but you got mirrors
Yes.
around the car to see somebody coming up, you know, to do that.
Man, I see that shit.
I got a funny feeling the cop was on his phone texting or talking or doing something on his phone, distracted.
Well, you know that.
Both of them. What
Yeah.
was they doing?
You know, he probably. You know them.
It was only one in the car though.
One
Yeah,
in the
you
car.
know that. I think they got the little cam and shit. You know what I'm saying? They're probably gonna review. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
cameras on
yeah.
that car. But you know what I'm saying? No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad the officer is all right. But next time, pay attention, man.
Of course, by all means, you especially have to watch your surroundings, sir. I mean, you need to be put on paid or on unpaid administrative
That's,
leave.
you know,
That's
and
negligence.
Dying.
Yes.
That's my fear. Getting set on fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. And they got the guy out of a homeless. OLAG is telling us folks that they found him in a homeless shelter. I'm almost certain there's some kind of mental. There's some sort of emotional issues going on there with this guy to be able to get up to an experienced armed police officer sitting in a cruiser, a taxpayer cruiser, I might add, and let him throw a flaming 2x4 inside the car.
And then they say that like, what? I don't remember what the percentages was or what the numbers was, but they said there's a whole bunch of officers that just left.
Yes, I heard
Seattle
something.
police.
That was going to be my next question to
Yeah,
you.
they said a whole
Don't give
bunch
up.
of them leaving, and
Yes.
if you got people like this walking up to the police and doing this stuff to the police, what makes you think 1 or 2, 3 more ain't ready to leave now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What make you think they didn't? You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm putting in my 2 weeks tonight.
Well, see, that goes back to everybody want to defund the police, which I
They
think
say they changed it
some
up
of
right
it
now.
is good to defund them some, but only to so much,
To a certain extent.
to a certain
Yeah.
extent. But now they don't have enough to go to the homeless camps to do those searches, those raids, or to clean them up, and they having problems about that.
Yeah,
So-
because I got about 7 and a motorhome on the side of my job right now.
7 tents and a motorhome.
And a motorhome and then 7 more tents.
Really?
And then there's the, you know what I'm saying? You come to the corner and then 10.
Our producer just said other cities with smaller populations have more officers per capita than Seattle. So thank you so much, producer. May we ask what corner? This is what in what Pacific and something?
It's in Seattle at my job. You know
I know
what
what
8050. I'm on 85th and 15th.
80, 50, 15. So there's a
Homeless camp right there, back to back to back. and man, there's a 10. So, sometimes I'll leave my job and I'll go, instead of going this way, you know what I'm saying, to go to Walgreens, I'll go this way, you know what I'm saying, because it's shorter, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can't even get through on the concrete, you know what I'm saying, on the sidewalk to get through because they got so much bullshit and so much junk.
So much tents and,
Yeah,
and
I went through there, man, and it right there on the thing, about 50 needles, sitting right in broad view. You know what I'm saying?
drug paraphernalia,
Yeah, they be
right
finding
there.
that in the school grounds
Yeah,
a lot,
right
the
there,
parks
man,
a
it's
lot
like
too. I've seen that.
all of it, and you garbage, whole bunch, man. It's just, man.
Okay, regarding that, on that note, don't give up. What are your thoughts on this defunding the police? Do you
Man.
do you think they should
No.
No, that's what he was saying a couple weeks ago. We need them for to have a civilized, decent society. We do need law enforcement officers,
You
and
know-
yes, they have a hard job. You know,
Like I say all the time, man. You got the elderly
Mm-hmm.
and you got the kids.
right? Of course.
And the elderly and the kid is, you know what I'm saying, is the most, what you call the vulnerable
Yes,
to
yes.
the society
Mhm.
there is out there.
Okay. Yes.
If you
yes.
ain't got no police out there to, you know what I'm saying, to try and stop that shit, excuse my language, stop that stuff, you know what I'm saying, that's like that boy killed his mama the other day out there in the North End.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he had a restraining order against his own. The mama had a
The
restraining
family, yes, all of the family had a restraining order
You know what I'm
against
saying?
that guy.
And if you keep taking all these police away, you taking their times away to get to certain stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So all you people that's saying, you know, defund the police, yeah, you need to get you need to get rid of some of these bad police.
Right.
That, you know what I'm saying? That's mandatory. You know what I'm saying? That's like they take the bad people off the streets and send them to the penitentiary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well put, sir. Well put.
You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna take the bad people off the streets, send them to the penitentiary, you need to take the bad police out and try to get to a better civil union or civilization. You know what I'm saying? But you can't think you're gonna just take the police away and these crimes is gonna
Go through the roof.
That's like, you know, you got your volume on like a certain, like 5%.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna turn that volume to 10 or 15 just to see what more you can get away with.
Right. So
You know what I'm
folks,
saying? Ain't no police out here. When I was little, ain't no. Boy, I would say some stuff, but I can't.
Right, I
because, you know,
understand, I understand,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But crimes that we committed, we was based on the police. With no police out there, crime rate's gonna
So
go up.
be careful, folks. Be careful when you keep crying, defund the police, defund the police.
Yeah.
Now, yes, they can take some funds and put them into other community programs. I'm for that. But as far as getting rid of the police altogether, that's a very bad
We can
idea.
go back to what
Very
John
bad.
Wayne, what
Yeah,
John Wayne days and Western days.
that tactics team that we need them, you know, not to talk bad about the homeless because I think the homeless need help. And they need to,
Yeah.
if they want to defund some of them, the police, instead of get rid of them, take some of the money away from the
Tactical teams?
the
Squad
weapons
teams?
that they're gonna use, and maybe help the homeless to get them into a better position, you know. But to get rid of that tactic team they not there is wrong.
You need people to come in that's willing to do the dirty work.
Yes,
You
and
know what
and
I'm
also
saying? That's not afraid of, you know what I'm saying, of the bullies. You know what I'm saying?
and I believe in more police that's out there. But when I say police, I mean good police.
Of course,
people
respectable officers who respect
doing
their badge,
their
respect their job.
job.
Okay.
That's respectable and doing the right job that they are paid to do. More seeing police is out in the street, it should be more or less crime. If I see a police doing something and their presence is there, it's gonna be less crime.
Okay.
Because their presence is felt there.
Uh-huh.
They in the
I agree.
neighborhoods, they
I
driving
agree.
down the street, they
Our-
out.
Our
You're gonna
producer
see
just
less
said,
bad.
so which neighborhoods will get the most protection? Ballard, CD,
You can take
Lake
Rainier
Washington,
Beach out of
Rank-
there, Lake Washington out of there, the CD out of there. You can take them three up out of there.
I would have to say,
Alki, they kind of
Alki,
be out there.
It should be the same every place,
Yeah.
and not just here in Washington where we at, but it should be a federal law that this goes every place. When
Equally.
Equally. If you got 10 patrols in this office in this district, you should have 10 patrols in this district You know what I'm saying?
I fully agree. Unfortunately, I agree with you, gentlemen. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. In the higher tax bracket, the zip code, and
Yeah,
You know what
where the more expensive is, that's where
Yeah.
the more the police is gonna be.
But see, that's
And that's the less amount
that's
of
the
crime.
part of the defunding should go, and to make sure that it's even every place. It shouldn't be no different from Bellevue, Kirkland to Ballard to Tacoma. You know, and the same of every state. It should be even every place. And I also think that every police in every city in every state should all have cameras.
I agree.
That should be
Body
something
cams.
that's body cam. That should
Okay.
be mandatory, and you can't turn them off. And it shouldn't be like just because you in Knoxville or Alabama or something, they don't need cameras or they can't afford cameras. That should be mandatory with your uniform.
Yeah, if you could,
Very true.
If you could get a billy stick and
You can afford to get a
handcuffs,
camera.
you could afford to get a camera.
I'm inclined to
That's
agree.
where that
afraid to get
defunding
an
should go to
AK.
more things like that. Instead of getting rid of the officers and
Right.
stuff, it should be more equipped that they can handle the cases and they should be able to go to school. Just because you've been on the force 10 years, 15 years, don't mean that you know everything. They should
Correct.
still get evaluated.
yeah.
Twice a year or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
every year, twice a year, and go through more classes to retrain them because people change.
Yes, yes.
Stuff that we did 2 years ago is not the same now. We in COVID-19. This
True.
is something new for all of us,
Yes.
and it's the same with the officers. It might seem like it's the same, but it's not. So I think that they need to be trained accordingly to what the date is and the time is, because everybody changed. Nothing stays the same.
Yeah. Well,
So
folks,
they
Things
need to
change
be
over
changed.
time.
So they need to
Right.
be retrained to the new style of what's happening on the streets and what people is doing.
I fully agree. And for those of you guys who are just joining us, what Don't Give Up and LAG is saying is the same amount of police officers that are in Redmond, Bellevue, it should be the same number of officers in Rainier Beach and in the CD.
Queens,
if
the
you
Bronx,
say-
Manhattan,
so
and
say
you go
if you
to
got
every
a-
state, every place
It
you at.
depends
it
on
should
what
be
their
like
radius
that.
is. You know what I'm saying? What their district is. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Because you said like, because if you go on the highway, there's a certain part of the highway that's King County. Then you pull over it's Des Moines.
Right?
Then it goes King
Skyway.
County. No, I'm talking about if you're on the highway. If you're on 200,
Demonis,
there's what's the one on what's the
SeaTac.
SeaTac police.
Okay.
You got SeaTac police, you got King County police, you got Des Moines police, then you go back to Kent police. All from 188 to 240th. Them districts change, bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? Back to back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? So it depends. Say like if you got a 50-mile radius, say 100-mile radius, you got to have this amount of police in this 100-mile radius. If you got a 50-mile radius, you got to have this amount of police in this radius. You know what I'm saying? To break it down so it's not as much as 20, you know what I'm saying, officers, because you got to do,
You mean
in an
regardless of
area.
the zip code? That's what you're saying, regardless of the
area.
amount of tax you
Yeah,
pay.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you got, so like I'm saying, like, because like on the highway, like it's King County Police when you get down by the airport. And then you go up to like 188, them is Des Moines Police. Then you go back down, it's county. Then you go back down, it's Kent. You know what I'm saying? Kent come all the way to the highway, then goes all the way back down to Kent, all the way up to East Hill. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like in a certain amount of radius, if you got 100 miles, you need say 20 police cars. You understand what I'm saying? You got 50, you need 10. You know what I'm saying? Just so they could cover.
You mean balance it out?
Yeah, balance it out to cover the areas.
And regardless of how much tax they paying, it should be even. Is that
Right.
your position? You
Yeah.
were saying something along
The
those
poor
lines.
people deserve just as much respect in the service as the rich.
I hear you,
So
Joe.
I mean,
Okay.
we all supposed to be here in equal, to make it fair as we can. Everybody should be treated that way, and it's the same as the districts, as we said in the police force. And like I said, it shouldn't matter if you high in crime or you less in crime in some place. Everybody should be treated equal. Everybody should have cameras. Every police department. And the rules should go. And I think that everybody should should stand, you know, as they used to say on Beretta, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. And that goes for the officers too. If they doing something wrong or they doing something that they need to get prosecuted just as much as a person on the street that's a non-officer. So I think that everybody need to be accountable for their actions, as we talked about last week on the show.
Right. So you believe, according to what you and Don't Give Up is saying, I think what they're saying, folks, is if you're in West Seattle, the peoples in Hilltop and Tacoma deserve the same protection as in West Seattle. Is that correct?
As Bellevue, as Kirkland, as Ballard,
Okay.
the Northgate.
Yeah, if you spread it
Lake
around,
City.
then if you spread it around, it'll start even out a little bit better. You understand? Like that's like they took Rainier Vista, they took Holly Park, they took all these buildings, just a terrace, and they taking all these buildings down, tearing them down, and took all the poor people that was in these areas and put them into different areas, and then they tried to mix different incomes with the poor, with the mid, and with the high in these new buildings when they brought people back in. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna do that with people, you need to do it with the police too.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? To even it out. If you start evening things out across the board, things should slow down a little bit more, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? If you even stuff out. Because if you got rich and poor in the same neighborhoods, and the poor see how, but see, sometimes the poor motherfuckers are gonna go rob the rich people though, because they rich. It's a tough one.
But that goes back to what he was saying about if you do the crime, be prepared to do the time.
Right. I mean,
So
on both ways.
So
But if you even, you know what I'm saying, they need, I mean, when I was little bit, you know what I'm saying, I'd see the police walking up and down the street. You know what I'm saying?
that unfortunately it's gone forever. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And there was a little bit more
Interaction, interaction, and communicate.
But also, I think that if more police is seen on site, the less the crime. If you on a corner and you finna commit a crime and you see the police passing
Not
back
gonna
and
tell you,
forth,
you ain't gonna do it.
you ain't gonna want to do it.
Right,
So
right.
defunding the police and not having enough polices here,
It was the dumbest idea that they came up with.
and that's dumb because if you seeing something, you seeing the police, it's less people gonna want to go ahead and commit that crime. That could stop them by them just rolling by, being someplace,
Their
being in
presence.
a certain area, their presence. So I think that defunding them is not the answer. I think moving some of the money to other things is good. I think that it should be moved to the communities to make the communities grow, but also they need to grow with the officers so they can get to know the people and stop the crime. And I don't think that it's necessary. Like, you know, they say, a lot of people say, oh, they need more boys clubs, more girls clubs, but that's true in a way, but it's not, because these 13, 14-year-old kids want money. They want Nikes. They want to dress good. That boys club ain't giving them that money to pay. So I think it's more about putting money in the communities that's building jobs, not these clubs. Because if I had a chance to make money or go and play some basketball or go shoot pool at a club, I would go and make my money. I need to dress. I need to be fly.
So you mean they should put it in a more economical programs to help the kids get financial independence, more or less?
Yes,
Okay.
because that's what every kid wants these days,
Right.
more than just to be like someplace shooting pool. I think those days is gone. Kids need, they like to dress. They like to look fly. They want money.
iPhones.
They want iPhones, and you ain't getting that at a boys club or a
Waiting for
recreation
somebody
center.
to drop their iPhone so you can pick it up.
But if you giving these guys something to learn and to make money off of, so they could grow with that
In a positive light.
in a positive life,
Okay.
those are the things that they need to put money towards and build things like that.
Okay, well put,
I
Jim.
know when I was little, I got in trouble a couple times, and you know what I'm saying, I got community service hours and shit. And the first community service hours I got, I had to go cut some high ass grass.
With a lawnmower,
Nah, with the damn
Weed
shit.
whacker.
sling blade.
Yeah, with them shit. Yeah.
Okay,
that's it.
wow,
And,
weed whacker.
Oh my
down
goodness,
there,
really?
down there on Cloverdale.
Yeah,
Odell and Shore Park Ave.
Yeah. I know what you're
That's the
talking
one
about.
that used to be the tall ass grass.
Did they have a lot of you young men out there at the
Yeah.
time?
And there was like 4 of us. So we had to go out there, you know what I'm saying?
Sling that cowder blade.
Yeah, man, I had to be up at the juvenile on order, I think about like 7:30, 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the reason why I don't care about working to Saturdays to this day, because of that. You understand what I'm saying? Because that was one of the first lessons that really, you know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna do what you're supposed to be doing during the week, you ain't gonna be doing shit on the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Was it a good program in your opinion, looking back? as for
Looking
the
back
kids?
now, yeah, because it
Okay.
taught me a lesson. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And then future, I think it was the summer before or the summer after, I started working with the neighborhood YMCA cleanup.
Okay.
We used to have the trucks to go around and clean up the neighborhood. Everybody would take everything out their house that they didn't want, and they'd put it on the street. I made $3.35 an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Minimum wage, $3.35,
back then.
remember the days.
And that was my first ever job, and I was like 16. I thought I was the shit because I had a job.
Right,
Didn't
right,
nobody
right.
else had no job.
But you
know?
felt good. You was making your own money.
I
Something
make
what
my-
he was just saying.
Yeah,
wasn't
making
you?
my own damn money.
Right, right,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? So I didn't have to go out there and, you know, because I knew I had a paycheck coming.
So those are the kind of program you think they should.
We should need
Yeah,
more
yeah.
of those.
All right.
And you know what I'm saying? And start, and then with all these kids, you know what I'm saying? How they talking about closing down the juvenile, and you know what I'm saying? Up on the altar, you know they talking about closing the juvenile down.
The juvenile facility for delinquent kids?
Yeah.
What are they planning to do with them?
Let them be kids and go back out and commit some more crimes.
That's a no-no.
But that's what they're talking about, closing it down completely. But they need to go back. I mean, this is just lessons that I was taught. You know what I'm saying? When I was little, if like I was saying, if you you gonna
You
do
mess
the
up.
you gonna do, you know what I'm saying? And I had to go do my little time in the juvenile. You know, fortunately I didn't have to go to none of the baby penitentiary.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? When I was little, but I had to go do some juvenile time. You know, so they let me out to go to school every day and stuff. But they need to start making these kids be responsible, like they
Accountable for
made
the
me.
actions.
For the
You
action,
know what I'm
that's the
saying?
word.
Get out there, you're gonna go clean these streets, you're gonna go cut these grasses, you're gonna do this community service hours, or we gonna lock you up. Which one they gonna choose?
Right. I fully agree. I understand.
They need to, you know what I'm saying, with all this garbage and all this trash that's going on in these cities.
Even if it's coming down for them helping the elderly, the old folks, or serving at a school for the young, you know, like we was saying. But give these kids, they shouldn't be able to get something for nothing. They shouldn't get rewarded for their bad crimes that they did.
Right,
Of
that's
course,
true.
that's I'm not saying that, but to give them something to turn around their lives, to show
Teach 'em a
that, to
lesson.
teach them a lesson, to show that how better that they could do if they was on the other end of the stick, instead of just like you have to do this because you did this crime, but show them a new way of something that they are capable of doing by turning their life around, you know, giving back to society, you know, their neighborhood, the community.
Right,
And
right.
but also that comes with benefits of working someplace and showing them a way of living that it ain't about just robbing, stealing, snatching purses
There's a
or
different way to
doing
do
things. It's a different way to, as they used to say, no offense, but to skin a cat. To show them something
Right.
differently, to make it more positive that they getting something out of
Well
it.
put, gentlemen.
And it could be something that they like. It's so many kids that's so got so much creation in them. You know, they can
Sure.
be painters. You know, music. You know, and have them work these ways, but also they need to get paid or get something from it. That's how they talked about the college kids in basketball. In sports now, that they need to get paid, and it's giving them a more vision of wanting to work and do it more.
Giving them work ethics.
A work ethic, you know, to get paid, because nobody don't want to do nothing for
free.
nothing,
Right,
for
right.
free, and they ain't getting
Right now.
nothing out of it.
Yeah, you're
but
right.
if we have more of these things available for these kids to learn, it'll make them want to do it.
Gotcha. I see.
You don't have to take this road while you could take this
a
road,
positive road.
a positive road,
Okay.
and make something good. So we need to make more of these positive roads a path
Okay.
for
You
the
need to
kids
put
to
more
go.
positivity out there than negativity, and show that there's more streets you can go down
You
to
could
do
go down
positive
instead
shit.
of that
and
road.
keep
Streets
going.
than going down the road.
Yeah,
You'd
yeah.
rather be on the concrete where it's a street than going through the back roads.
Gotcha.
And so we need to do that. That's why it's very important to vote and your voice to be heard.
That's right, folks.
And if we don't stick together and make those things available for people to hear and understand what we saying, these leaders that we so-called have come together.
Correct.
These things will never get out. And we have to make, even if we don't all agree on the same things, long as we could come to agreement on the majority of the things, it'll make us so much better.
I fully agree, sir. So what these gentlemen are, in addition to what these gentlemen are saying, vote, stand for something, or you'll sell for anything. And with that being said, I'm going to ask LAG to tell us who we are, what we're about, and what we vote at right quick, please.
This is the King of the Round Table, and I'm glad y'all joining in. If you have anything that you want us to talk about or any questions you want us to do, you know you could email us straight to our YouTube channel, Urban Solution Radio on YouTube. You can follow us on Urban Solution Radio on the Facebook, and Urban.Solution FM on Instagram. And if you're artists out there, you have any music, you can send your music in MP3 form to urban.solutionfm@gmail. We have 6 podcast shows that they banging. Make sure you tune in, and you can always catch us on YouTube. And we up for Seattle Sounds Music Awards, Best Media Outlet. Make sure you get your vote in, because it's all about voting and getting your voice heard. You know, no matter if it's for the Seattle Music Award for us, or your state, your government, or for the presidency. We need you to vote.
Vote, folks.
Vote. So make sure you vote.
And if you can't figure out how to subscribe on YouTube, contact one of us, and we'll help you through the steps.
We'll walk you through it, folks.
Hit that bell. Let us know.
Please.
And we here for y'all. So anything y'all need us to talk about, or you want us to do, you know, let us know. And I want to thank everybody for watching us, and make sure you subscribe and share this. Like I said, it starts with us, it ends with us, and you want the real, listen to us. So make sure you do it. And on a lighter note, we're gonna change this and stuff. You know, we had talked about this on the Wednesday. You're on the #1 radio show and stuff, Urban Solution Radio. We had a conversation. We talked about our old man Bobby Brown is back into the press. He said that he taught Michael Jackson how to moonwalk.
Folks, we're gonna throw that one over to Don't Give Up Brian. Brian, you the outspoken one.
So before you answer this, I'm gonna leave you with one of Bobby's songs. Don't be crude. So what do you think about that?
Was he high when he said it?
No, he wasn't. He was speaking normal.
Well, when he ain't high, you know, when he's out, you know.
I'm just saying, how you gonna say you taught Michael Jackson? How old was Bobby when Michael started moonwalking?
And not just that he taught him how to moonwalk, but he was saying if it wasn't for him, Janet wouldn't be what she was. That he helped both of them to Jackson.
Oh my gosh.
Bobby wasn't even born when Janet was on Good Times.
But you know he dated Janet, so
yeah. But I mean, you know, but she was on Good Times when Bobby wasn't even New Edition.
Well, he taking claim for all of it. He taking
Don't give up.
claim for the Jackson's fame.
So he's the father of the baby that Janet Jackson don't have. The Janet don't want to claim.
I guess he taking fame for the Jackson's claim.
So
he out his damn brain.
So don't give up. What would you say to Bobby Brown now? I mean, you could just talk to Bobby Brown. What would you say to this guy?
Bobby, is you getting high again?
Or have he ever stopped?
Yeah. Well, it's true because, hold up. No disrespect, Bobby. No disrespect to anybody get high. But you still smoking the rocks?
Man, I tell you, what are the things some folks would do to sell a book, you know? The things some folks would do.
What people do for money.
Yeah. Now, we all know with the day and age with the technology and social media, we know your birthday. We know when you was born. We know when you came about them projects with New Edition. Joe Jackson had already had an established group. He already had an established group. He had already signed with Barry Gordon over at Motown.
Jay,
we know.
I'm not. My bad. I don't even want to cut you off.
Go ahead, brother.
But where do you think you guys got your fucking New Edition vibe from? Well, it's from the Jackson 5. How the fuck you think you guys got it together?
The steps and all.
Yeah,
Oh my
you learned it from the Jackson 5.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there 5 of New Edition? Bill, DeVoe, Ralph, and Bobby, right?
Right. So,
Yeah, he's still getting high.
folks, I believe what Don't Give Up is saying is, Bobby, you're out of touch with reality. You're trying to sell a book. Your money is funny. Your green ain't lean, and your credit won't get it. You know. So,
Moral to the story is he's still getting high.
yes. More to the story. I don't know if we should say that or not, but you doing something,
And
Bobby.
you don't have to bring Janet in it.
Right. You haven't taught anyone to moonwalk or no other kind of walk.
No,
you know.
no. Him and Whitney taught each other how to don't disrespect. Rest in peace, Whitney.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Bobby. You're a lost cause. You know.
Come on,
You know,
Bobby.
and lost the house. You know, and no money, and the people that kicked you out. The city. Speaking of city ordinance, you can't go within 1,000 feet of the place, the property. So you might still have the key in your pocket, but you still can't go there.
He can't even go in his own damn house.
He go in there. Can't go in there. You know, the people want their money. The people who hold the deed said, "Look, we need our money."
So all these years, all this money you made, you ain't bought no, the house ain't paid for
It went up in the. How do you say it?
it? Yeah.
Well, see, I don't think he owned none of Whitney's parents. And them had all of her stuff, so he couldn't get that. But I know he's married again, so he might have another house in like L.A.
Yeah,
or
somebody a different house.
Nothing like
but
what he
not
had.
yet.
Yeah, it's not one of
So
them.
he ain't got that Mike Tyson mansion though.
He can't go within 1,000
see,
feet
I-
of it.
yeah, see,
He
I
got the
think-
keys. He'll jingle the keys in front of the. Why do you say cell phone? I got my keys to my house, but he can't go
He
there.
can have a Mercedes Benz key in his pocket and be
Right,
riding
right.
a Pinto.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, I
Right.
think Whitney's parents and them got all that. So that was Whitney's
Right.
stuff. So I don't think he had
Before
that.
he
so.
came, before they got married and he came
Yes.
along, all her stuff was already to the side.
Yeah, when she started getting in trouble, her parents them took a hold of all
Mm-hmm.
her stuff and grabbed it and said, I think he
Not
didn't
let her
spend
mess it
he
off.
had messed it off, but see he messed all of his off. So, but I think he married someplace in the valley or something, and he got another wife now, and they live a modest.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bobby, since we talking about you, you know, and everything, man, you want to come sit in on the show? You
Give us your version of it, Mr.
Yeah,
Brown.
you want to come in?
Give
you
us
know,
your version.
You know, if you come into any parts of Seattle, Washington, Kent, Federal Way, anywhere, you know, look us up.
In the Sierra
Come sit
area.
in.
Sierra.
Matter of fact, I'll even pay you to come sit in. I only got $100, but you can have it.
And then tell us how you should have been the lead singer on Candy Girl instead of Ralph.
Really? Oh my goodness, Bobby.
Candy girl.
Oh my goodness. And well, is the book even making any sales yet? Has anyone buying the book? Or
We've already read the book. The book has already been read.
I
He
mean,
putting it all
didn't-
out. It's all on the internet. What
Oh.
more can he put in the book? that he-
In the movie, the
Yeah, the
story,
movie,
the
what
Bobby
more
Brown
can-
story.
Ain't nothing else you could put in the book. One thing you put in the book that you was doing behind them closed doors that you know what I'm saying?
Now, he probably got a lot of stuff that we ain't
Yeah.
even heard yet
Right,
that
right,
he
right.
did. But
But
we
I mean, far
could
as
imagine,
moonwalking-
yeah. But far as imagining it, our imagine is open. That yeah,
Right,
he
right,
did
right.
everything.
Right. Well, let me ask a kind of a serious question. Let me just once again, you know me. Let me play devil advocate for quite 1 second. How do you guys know Bobby don't still have $8 or $10 million tucked away somewhere? He just kind of laying low with it. How you know? I mean, could it be? Could it be? Is it possible, Brian? I mean, you know, don't give up. Could Bobby have a few meals stashed away for hard times, or no?
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. I think if Bobby still had 10, 15 million, Bobby would still be Bobby. He'd be out every place.
Yeah,
doing
he'd be.
what he's doing.
okay.
Yeah, he'd be still flow showing.
Yeah, he's
He'd
still,
okay.
still be putting his Ric Flair
Okay.
on.
Because the word on the street is he's struggling. The word on the street he's trying to sell a book to make ends meet. That's the word on the streets.
Well, Bobby, what, 50?
Maybe a little.
50.
Is it 50, 52, something like that?
He's
Yeah,
about
about
the same
50.
age as me.
Yeah, about 52.
He was somewhere around my age.
So
I would like him to come and tell the story about him and Tyson when Tyson lost to Buster Douglas.
yeah.
They over in Japan.
yeah,
They
doing
were
everything under the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before the night of the fight.
Now we're not blaming you for Tyson's loss. We're not taking anything away from James
Tyson
Russell.
was high in that fight. Something was wrong with Tyson. You could see it in his eyes.
No sleep, no proper
Yeah, he
food,
was up,
no
was up with
training.
Bobby Brown that night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could see
Yeah.
it.
A number
You could
of
see
nights. A number of
You
nights.
could see it. You seen it in the. You just see when Tyson came into the ring. He wasn't Tyson.
Well, that normally can work because Tyson was so intimidating. Guys would halfway lose their nerve, and he would catch him with a big shot.
He had so much skills back
Yeah,
then.
yeah, but
he didn't have enough skill that night.
not that
Not that
night.
night.
He
Not
might
that-
have been drained. He might have had 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying?
If not more.
You know,
If not more.
He might have 3 or 4 bras before he came out that night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, him and Bobby Brown used to be tight. They're not anymore. They once was. But that night, from my understanding, Bobby was over there halfway around the world with him. So,
I seen that fight. I watched that.
oh yes, yeah. But Buster Douglas was in rare form.
Buster busted him.
Yeah, that night he was in rare form.
Yeah,
Buster.
Tyson made him look good.
And that uppercut found a home for Tyson Chin. And Buster Douglas, he's not a skillful fighter, but he is a big, strong guy. You know, and if guy keep catching you with them shots.
That's how Holyfield came in and learned how to fight Tyson was from that Buster Douglas fight.
Buster, that wasn't even a fight. He hit Buster.
Buster so
around
Yeah,
the
solid.
Buster
second
kind of,
round
but
and
as far as
stuff,
grabbing
yeah.
him and holding him and stuff.
Buster did the same thing Tyson did. He got to eating burgers and God knows whatever, not properly training. He got 19, walked away with 19 million. Haven't been right since. Blew up to 430 pounds. But at least he never went broke from popular opinions. He saved it. He learned from the guys before him and around him that he never lost a house. He never been evicted. So
Tyson?
No, Buster Douglas.
But
Tyson
I don't
lost
think
several
Buster
houses.
Douglas never had all the stuff that Holyfield and Tyson had though either.
Right.
Some guys had
Buster was
like
like a one-hit wonder.
they had king shit.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah.
and
Miggy,
so-
yeah.
Michael Jackson shit.
Yeah, they had like real.
Back to you, Bobby. Hell no.
You're talking about him more.
No.
So I will ask this, and you guys would know. Bobby's like 52, if I'm not mistaken. They're in that neighborhood. How old is Janice? That would blow his comments out the water right
They
there.
probably brought around the same age.
Around the same age?
Yeah.
Okay. But now in the 70s, if memory serves me correct, once again, you guys may have to help me. Joe Jackson had a contract with Motown, with Barry Gordy, in the 70s when no one never
Janice
heard.
54.
54, because you're a couple of years older. No one never heard of New Edition in the 70s. Am I right?
They wasn't out in the 70s.
They wasn't out
They
in the
wasn't
70s.
out until
They was out
80,
80 something,
81,
because I was-
82, 80,
yeah.
81.
Okay.
Hold up, Bobby Brown. Bobby's 51.
Okay, if he's 51 and she's 54, so Micah about 4 or 5 years older than her, right?
Yeah.
So when did he teach Micah the moonwalk? If Micah was about 10 when he was born, when don't give up. Go ahead and elaborate on this moonwalk.
No, Michael Jackson was riding through wherever Boston, wherever they was at, and he seen the guys outside, you know what I'm saying, singing, and Bobby said, "Hey, Michael, man, I'm gonna show you this move. Do this move. What's your next show?"
Yeah, or it was a dream.
Yeah, it was a dream.
It's a dream.
It was all a dream.
What time is it? So, man, what time we got, guys?
We got 8:55.
Okay, so we got another 10 minutes. Did y'all want to do one at the bowl, or you want to discuss something? Don't give up.
Man, I was watching the thing with what's her name? Diane King, I think her name is.
The TV personality, the host.
Yeah,
okay.
that's her name, right? Diane King.
Diane King, yeah.
The one with this Whoopi's. I mean, not Whoopi.
Got into it with Snoop Dogg a while back.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
What's her?
Her show.
Oprah's partner. She did an interview with the boy Breonna Taylor's boyfriend,
Okay. Go ahead.
and You see the interview?
I did not.
I didn't see it.
Y'all might want to watch that. If you
Bring
get a chance.
it up to speed, please, if you don't
It's
mind.
it's
It's in depth, though.
yeah. It's messed up because when they took him to jail. He said there's some more stuff I can't remember too much. I wanted to sit there and listen to it before I came in here because I really wanted to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But they said that when he found out that she was dead, he was at the police station.
Mm-hmm.
And he seen it on the news.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he found out.
Mhm.
But he was in the house when they shot.
Right.
He said they didn't announce nothing. And you
Of
know, and
course.
he did his shootings, you
Of
know
course,
what I'm
of
saying?
course.
And for that man to try to defend his, you know what
Of
I'm
course,
saying,
of
his
course.
woman.
Yes, his home
you
in
know what I'm
Castle,
saying,
yes.
his home in this castle.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to be handcuffed and led away,
Mm-hmm.
dragged down the street. He said he had scuff marks and
Mhm.
stuff on his feet and stuff. To be led away and taken to jail, you know what I'm saying, and to find out that the police killed her and you tried to defend her, where's your brain gonna be for the rest of your life?
I hear you. Well, let me ask you this on that subject. Does he have I understand her family, her mother, Breonna's mother, got $12 million, the second largest in history.
Yeah, I don't know if he got any money out of it.
No, I mean, did he have another lawsuit or no?
I did. They didn't talk nothing about that. They were just
Okay.
talking about the incident.
Right.
Well,
The night, the tragic night
that it happened.
Right. Okay.
And then they said that the boy, they pulled him away from where it happened
Right.
at, and another officer came up saying stuff to him away from him, what they've been saying about what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Officers
So-
talking to him.
Yeah, Officer Hunter. I forgot, man. I'm telling you, just watch it. Watch it, man. It's in depth.
Okay.
It's in depth from his point of view.
His perspective, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
from his perspective of
Okay.
what happened that
Yes.
night.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, we're in the house, we're laying here, we're watching TV, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We're doing our normal day
Right.
thing. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? All of a sudden, we hear the boom, 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 boom on the door,
Mhm.
and then we get up, and he said,
Our producer just said he was told
yeah,
it was a
horrible
horrible
mistake.
mistake.
That's right.
That's what
While
the
he-
police told him?
You got why he was in there, and you could hear the officer saying that to him, admitting that it was a horrible mistake after the fact that they shot and killed her. And now they're trying to come back and deny that they didn't do nothing wrong. That's why they went on and paid him.
Well, of course, with no question asked.
That right there, that phrase that they caught, is the reason why I bet you they went on and paid them people.
Well, okay, of course, I agree. We both agree with you on that. It's disgusting the way Daniel Cameron, producer, what's the name of this DA down in Daniel Cameron? It's disgusting the way he got up in front of the news on the camera and said the reason he couldn't charge him with anything else but wanton endangerment. And
No,
the
they
family
paid-
next door.
They paid them to thinking it was gonna go away.
Right.
You know what they say? They say sometimes money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
is
yeah,
rid of the
yes.
problems,
Yes.
but the problems ain't going away. on
No,
this one.
no. That was tragic. It was so many mistakes made on so many levels. So many people's lied to the judge. Not the three officers who did the shooting, but a seasoned veteran detective also did some lying.
The three officers, the one that lied from the jump.
Well, there was a detective lied before that
Yeah,
to get
the
the search warrant.
Right.
And the mail carrier, the sergeant of the not sergeant, I don't know what the name of the commander of the mail. So no, wait a minute, we didn't say that. We did not say no package was coming in there. The postmaster for that district who ship out mail to that neighborhood and area, he said, no, I'm not going to take the fall for you. These are his words. I'm not going to take the fall for you. We never said, even the ex-boyfriend who was in jail at the time, someone dropped the ball there. The guy they're looking for is already in jail, but they didn't know it. They
didn't do their work. They didn't do their research.
right. They lied. They blatant lies. The lies where you put in
See,
writing.
that's where everybody should be held accountable for their action.
Right
That's
there,
That's
from the top
where
down to the bottom.
to the
And
bottom.
all the mistakes for that lady losing her life behind somebody saying that was him.
And the guy was already in custody. That's why they paid $12 million so fast.
Right.
Because it's really a cover up. And
That's the word.
producer, I can't call his
Pay-
name.
pay, shut up.
Daniel Cameron.
You talking about the dude that
DA.
came out when he came out and made the statement?
The DA, the top cop for St. Louis, who said, well, our evidence shows that, well, first of all, they had a closed door. The grand jury, after that, they had the grand jury was closed door. The public can't hear what the grand jury been saying. But it was so blatant till it's sickening. It was so blatant. The only thing you can charge these guys with was shooting into the neighbor's house. And he kept saying he announced himself. First of all, you can't announce yourself on a no-knock warrant. It's not policy to announce you at the door when you got a no-knock warrant.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He was just saying boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And it was like, who is it? Who is it? And so he said he got up and he grabbed his gun. And you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But then you think in his head, maybe if I wouldn't have grabbed this gun and started shooting, maybe I'd have been dead too. Or maybe she wouldn't have been dead. If I
Right.
wouldn't have started shooting. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So much transpired in that behind them kicking in that man's door and him not doing that
Split
right.
second decision.
Yes.
It tore up everybody's lives.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
was wrong. They
yeah.
need to be accountable for their actions, all,
Yes.
all said and
Yes, being wrong is a kind of an understatement because they all done got away with it. Now that the grand jury is over, you can't even bring up Breonna Taylor's name in any other proceedings now. That's the way that law works. Once
They made it so where you can't, like when
you
your
can't jam
record
them
is
up.
supposed to be sealed.
Yeah, you can't-
they should be able to still do a civil suit. Unless that
you
was
can't
a part of the
you can't bring up
the pay.
Breonna Taylor's in any kind of suit. Now you can get them offers on something else, but you can't get them anything affiliated with Breonna Taylor or Breonna Taylor's death because all of them stipulations, and we can't see all those stipulations that goes with that you have to sign before you receive the check for the $12 million.
See, but they, like I said, they should be still able to do a civil suit like how OJ, even though he was found not guilty and all of that,
They
they
still
still
made
got
him
him
pay
through
for
the civil suit.
Yeah, but OJ was a private citizen. Now we're talking about law enforcement.
Police,
Yeah,
yes.
we're talking about law enforcement with who have a right to carry a gun, and if they make a mistake, and then they do it all the time, shoot folks by mistake, and they
get
cannot be
protected
held
by
accountable.
it.
Say that again,
They
sir.
get protected.
Yeah, they get
Now,
protected
see,
by a number.
that
of
was
things.
the paperwork that they signed for that money. See, maybe they shouldn't have signed for that money
Well,
and stuff. And
that goes back to what he was just saying. It's so
You take
touch and
this
go.
money now or you ain't getting it.
yeah, but they could have still tried to fight
Yeah.
and
Yeah, they
You know
should have
what
more.
I'm saying?
They should have more
The
fought for them officers to go to jail than take.
Only one of them got fired. The other two is reassigned inside the police station. They'll never work on the streets again. The other two officers involved, they'll never interact with the public again. I can guarantee you that.
They should have been the ones in that damn the Seattle police car that got on fire.
With the stick, with the homeless guy with the stick. Yeah, I mean,
You
yes,
know,
it's.
you know, I know you got a job to do, and you're told that this, and this. You know what I'm saying? That they shouldn't. Them officers, you know what I'm saying? That, should have some. But whoever sent them to go do that, whoever got that search warrant signed, them is the ones. Should
Yes,
really
yes,
be
thank you.
accountable.
Well, his name didn't come out at all. The veteran, the seasoned detective, he got like 15 years in, but he's been doing that for a long time, lying on citizens.
Yeah.
and he's been getting away with it.
So that's the one that should, you know what I'm saying?
He got
one
discipline
that's-
behind the doors, behind closed doors.
The one that went signed for them to get that damn search warrant
The
and
detective.
on his evidence,
They called his
and
name,
that
yeah.
judge, them two is the ones that should
Thank
be
you.
held accountable.
Thank
Them's
you.
the ones they should pull out. Because the officers, you know what I'm saying? Okay, maybe this is what they was told to do, and they
Yes,
following
yes.
their superior commanders, yada yada yada. Okay, maybe that's the reason why they didn't get charged because they was following their orders.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
You
Yes.
understand what I'm saying?
they all should have been accountable. We got
Right, but the ones that really should be accountable is the one that they went and got that search
got
warrant.
Yes.
orders. That
Under
got-
false pretense.
Yeah,
Under
on false pretense. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
That called the order.
Yeah.
To make it
Because sometimes you got to start. You got to
start at the
at the
top.
top to make the stuff work down at the bottom. But if you don't fix the top, the bottom ain't gonna be able to fix because they following this idiot at the top, like everybody following this idiot that we got in the White House.
Thank you. Well, that's what the judge said. The judge said, and anonymously the judge said, "You blank, blank, blank. You done put me in a bad spot." This is what the judge is saying to the seasoned detective. We still don't know his name. Well, we do, but I can't call it right now. This is behind the scenes. The judge, from an anonymous source, the third party who witnessed this, the judge is telling him, "What have you done? What have you done to me here? Someone is dead. A young lady with no criminal record who works every day is dead."
Saving lives.
Yeah.
She was saving lives.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy.
Yes.
She was saving lives. So that's
the
even the more worst part about it. She was out here saving lives. You're taking a person away that's saving lives.
Yeah, it's a
And the guy they're looking for is sitting in the jail already. So, and the judge chewed him out, but like you just said, sir, it's a tragedy all the way around.
All the way around.
All the way around. Well, folks,
Well, let's do one more before we go.
let's do it.
Get
We have a
y'all,
good night. Thank you guys once again for joining us. We're going to do one more. Thank you. Stick around a little bit and let's get this thing going.
I want to ask, I'm going to start with Brian, your opinion about Ice Cube, about him saying that he's willing to work with the Trump administration on getting things fixed. What do you think about that? Do you think that he?
I think it's the right thing to do.
Think it's the right thing to do?
Somebody got to go head to head with him. Somebody got to have balls enough to, you know what I'm saying, to go step up to him and not be afraid. You know what I'm saying, to go talk to him. You know what I'm saying?
So you think he should do it with him, or he should wait till after elections and talk to the whoever's in
Joe
charge, or whoever win? Because a lot of people is down in Ice Cube. He in the doghouse right now.
Yeah.
He's in the dog. I mean, a lot of celebrities. Everybody is on his ass
Because
right now.
Well, let's
trying to
word it
step up.
right. Let's say what did he actually say now? So let's get it correct. We're going to get it right.
He
folks.
got his Trump's administration is saying that they reached out to Ice Cube and they want him to have dialogue with them, how they could change things and fix things for them, and they saying that it's just something to use him as a pawn right now to make the black voters, people say that
sway toward the Trump vote.
Sway towards the Trump vote, that he's now having dialogue with them on some kind of communication, how they could make things better
I would rather have
in the
Cube.
neighborhoods, or should he just not deal with Trump and them now and wait till whoever the next person's that's elected?
Our producer is just saying that he said he want the Democrats first, but they wanted to wait till after the election. Is this what Ice Cube said? Okay, thank you, producer.
I would rather Ice Cube going and talking instead of Kanye West.
But hold on,
Well, Kanye West is with
Donald Trump.
With Donald Trump,
100%.
So nobody want to listen to him anyway.
That's what I'm not saying, but I'd rather have Cube speaking, you know what I'm saying, and then instead of Kanye West been speaking that bullshit that he been speaking. You know?
Foolishness and nonsense.
Yeah, right. So at least Cube is going to be more direct. Cube is going to be more informed. Cube is going to be like, you know what I'm saying?
But also with him being more informed and having that dialogue open with Trump, and if say Trump is a businessman and he make, as he say, always a deal with Ice Cube about something, would that start swaying the more of the African American voters to vote for Trump to keep him in office?
Absolutely not.
Or should he wait until whoever the next commander-in-chief in and have that dialogue with them? Why now?
No.
Why is it now when
Right.
it's right before election?
Something-
That's the thing.
Something happened, what, about a month ago, 2 months ago? And Ice Cube went on a rant on live or on Facebook or something. He went on and he did something that he was talking about. I listened to it a little bit, but I stopped listening to it. I should have listened to it, but I didn't. And he was going on and on about something. So I think that's where this stuff is coming from. You know what I'm saying?
But LAG just said, along with what you're saying, let me jump in here. LAG just said the Trump administration contacted Cube.
Yeah, because of that service announcement
But
that he.
the thing is, why now? Why right when it's time for election? Why now?
I
He's
hope-
been in
I just
office
hope-
4 years. 4
Right,
years.
yeah. I just
4
hope
years.
Cube
But
ain't
why
going in
now?
there. I just hope Cube ain't going in there to get on the Trump bandwagon to help Trump. I hope he's going in there trying to, you know, understand, figure out what's going on and trying to sway people from voting for
He
Trump.
can't control if someone contacted him, especially from the White House. Am I right? But you said he made a statement that led
He
Trump.
did. You might have to go back and, you know what I'm saying, look on YouTube or something and see what it was. Like I said, I watched a little bit of it, but I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
Okay, along the line with it, can you kind of give us a general idea what he?
He was talking about
So do you
black
think
reparations or
that they
some
using
shit.
Ice Cube as a pawn now because
Yeah.
it's the timing? It's all about the timing.
Yeah, they're always gonna use
So,
somebody as a pawn.
but he's doing it now, right before 20 days before
Yeah,
the election.
21,
What I'm saying is, it's been 4 years,
Right.
He didn't try to.
and he didn't try to do it, but now he want to do it right before the election.
That's all I can say is I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch both of them.
Okay, so as will I, because it sounded to me like you desperate and you want to win. You want to do whatever you can to harness some of the black vote, some of the African American vote.
Yeah, you know, I don't.
And Ice Cube has a large following, a large fan base.
I don't
in the
think-
black community.
Yes.
So the question is, do you think they using him as a pawn right now,
Attempted to use him as a pawn.
as a pawn
Yeah.
for the
Yeah,
votes?
always.
So you think that he should talk? He should have open his dialogue and
Yeah.
talk to him, or should he wait till the next person is elected and talk to them? Use his
That's a yes
his,
or
his
no, because
platform to the new person.
If he can help prevent Trump from getting reelected, yeah, you want to go talk to him. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not going to be able to help him not and get reelected, that's a tough one.
Well, it looked like by him talking, having this open dialogue with him, it's more like he using him as a pawn to help him to get reelected than not.
He's trying to reach out to one of the most powerful people in hip hop to, you know what I'm saying, what is his ulterior motive?
That's
With
his
Cube.
point. That's LAG's
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
you
So,
waiting
so
for
that's
him
why
to-
I'm saying. So should he even have this dialogue
Or
with
not.
him or not? Because no matter what the conversation may
He
be,
need to go at least go listen to the conversation to see what the conversation is about, and if it ain't what, you know what I'm saying, he need to
but
be.
why now though?
Why
Right,
is Trump
when
now
that?
doing
Yeah,
it?
because now it's
It's
opening
getting
up
tough
to
time.
that.
For you, we talking about for Trump reaching out to Cube, right? We talking about Trump reaching
Yes,
out
yes,
to Cube.
that's his
right?
point. That was his
so,
point.
So why is Trump bringing in Cube?
Yeah.
To
Why
talk to
now?
Cube?
He's one of the white now.
Yeah. Why? Yeah, because he want that black vote.
Yes. Okay.
Bring it all the way down.
So
You
that's
want that minority vote.
So why should Cube have that conversation with him now though? He ain't had it, but why he's doing it now? That's what the most of the people is mad
That's
about.
what inquiring minds.
Mine is,
But
but
like
why
I said,
now?
I gotta go back and,
Why
listen
now?
to that shit that Cube was talking about, because after that, Cube did that one, man. It had a game. He was talking about a whole bunch of stuff, but I didn't finish watching it. And then after that, that's when all this other stuff came about Cube, because Cube was talking to everybody in the thing that he was doing on the video.
Okay, I hear his question. I hear what he's saying, but something you're
I
saying
can't
about
answer it.
okay about now. I don't know what he said a couple of months prior to this, but you said he did say something about reparations.
Yeah, I think it was something to do. Let's see here.
So you don't know if you think he should open a dialogue with him or not, or you say no.
He said,
This
yeah.
is Ice Cube rejects idea of Trump using him right there. Backlash over Trump. It's this. Where's it at? It's one of these. Cube was going in.
He's saying that he don't think that he's being used for having the dialogues with him, but I'm just saying most people is saying why now
Cube is saying he don't think he's being
used as
Okay,
a pawn, but
okay.
everybody didn't turn. I mean, not just the black community, but also other stars, and because he's
got you.
having this now, right? 20 days before the
Of
election,
course, yes.
but he haven't never had this dialogue with
And then-
one before.
I got you.
So it doesn't matter what Q have to say to him, or he been saying the same thing, but while it's something you want to listen now.
right.
So should he still take that
Open the dialogue with this
with this guy right now, or should he just get help push him out and have that dialogue with the next person.
By no means should Cube have a dialogue with this guy, with Donald Trump. Absolutely not. Ignore him. Have no dealings with him. If you want to talk to someone about helping the community, helping the poor, from coast to coast, if Trump win again, God forbid, but if he win again, still don't talk to him. If Joe Biden win, and if you want to, Trump have already shown us who he is time and time again.
More than once.
More than once.
That's the question. Why now? So why should he want to have this dialogue, open up this dialogue with him now?
It would be a mistake, Q. It would be a mistake to even talk to this guy. You or your camp or your entourage, you and yours, ignore him. Ignore Donald Trump 100%. If you want to talk to someone, talk to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Talk to the new Attorney General that's coming in. And if there is no, I got you. I hear what you're saying. I think if there is,
Did Trump and Cube ever have
never Never.
anything before this?
have they. I don't think ever.
I don't think so neither.
That's the big discussion of the
Why you
disappointment to him now.
Right.
He's never had this open dialogue the 4 years before.
Mm-hmm.
That he was in there. But all of a sudden now, right before election day, he want to say like they cool, they buddies. He's having
Yeah,
an
of
open
course,
dialogue.
Trump is going to try and put buddy sizes.
So that's why
Yeah.
everybody is kind of upset at Cube. But Cube is saying he want to talk to somebody in charge. He want to keep the dialogue open. Doesn't matter. He want to talk to somebody that's in charge now.
That's what Cube said?
So if he could change something now. But
Right.
what can he change now after 4 years of this guy not changing
So
anything?
what he's going to try and do is come in and convince Cube, well, I'm going to do this, this, and this if you help me. And I'm going to change this, this, and this to change this and this and this for you.
See, and that's where the pawn come in.
Yeah,
They're saying they're using a pawn, but Cube is
yeah.
saying that he's not a pawn. He's going to talk to somebody in charge. So it's an open discussion. You know, all I can say is the people out there that's listening to Urban Solution, time in, text us, let us know what you think, your opinion on it,
I'm
if
gonna
he
go back
should,
and
if he
listen to all
shouldn't.
this
Yes.
And it's something that I think that we all
Oh, yeah.
need to get
We
into.
can bring this one back up next
and maybe
week.
we'll do more research
yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
I'm gonna do
and
research
we'll
this
bring
week.
it back up.
We'll touch on it. We'll touch on it next Friday, folks, at King of the Round Table.
Because I'm so interested
In
now.
the meantime, do your research and let us know what you think, so you can be more informed, as well as we can be more informed to debate this further next Friday. With that,
No, because that was Nipsey that did the song F Donald Trump. But
Way
then,
back then.
then
Yeah.
Cube just did a song, something to do with that too, though.
So we have to see
Yeah,
what
I'm gonna have
as they
to
say,
do my-
the next
I'm gonna have to get
episode.
my pen and pad
Yep.
to start doing a
so
little bit more writing.
folks, my name is Jake Broom, and I'm here with Don't Give Up Brian and LAG. Thank
LAG
you
in the
guys.
house.
Don't give up, I didn't. And matter
Urban
of-
Solution Radio.
Before y'all leave, man, hey, I got some new hoodies, I got some new t-shirts, I got some hats, I got some new colors. Please come buy some of the stuff that I got.
He got some new gear, folks. Check him out. It won't hurt.
It's on Don't Give Up I Didn't Facebook page, man. There's a bunch of stuff on there, man. I got pink and black, white and pink, blue and red, green and yellows, whatever colors, man. Let me know,
Remember to
please.
mask up and stay safe, keep your distance, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and
Like
check
Ice
out the
Cube
show.
said,
Thank you,
was a
folks.
good
Peace
day.
out.
Good night.
Thank
Thank you
you.
all for
Peace,
joining
ladies.
us. We'll see you guys next Friday, right here at Kings of the Round Table.